been full pipes on the drum, playing some big tunes. Last year we experimented with Andrew, I think his last name? Walker.
Yeah, it was your last
We just sat here, we talked about composing tunes. What do I listen to? What are my priorities? And it was just a nice chat session on pad and tenor. Takes the stress off.
Look at
So, 1976, I'm 16 years old. I joined an adult band in Washington, D.C. And one of the big kids was Robert Mitchell.
It's about 20.
In 76? That's what I'm saying, one of the big kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there was this contingent of...
Oh, no, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Oh, if I say something, it's all in agreement. Totally. John took lessons from Alec Duthard, and I was really impressed because he came back playing like Alec Duthard. So we had Alec Duthard in Maryland. No, tell me if you want me to say anything.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just
It's your show, man.
I just want to give you guys some history that when I was fortunate enough to get to join the band, there was a really nicely trained set of, I think Sandy featured in your education a little bit, but he also had prior instructors. So Sandy had helped form this band, and it was just really full of really good, talented players. And so we were doing well as a group of, teenagers, and we basically got absorbed into an adult band. It was, it's kind of a similar dynamic to what you guys are dealing with. You have your own well-running machine, but there's other adult bands that are kind of going, I'm sure they're checking you all out, and you guys are playing really well. So it's a similar dynamic, If I wasn't playing at band practice, or I wasn't playing up the street at Tim's house in his little shed, listen to the song "Banging the Drum All Day." Todd Rundgren, listen to it, find it. It's my biography. It's exactly. It even mentions going out to the shed and banging all night. So I was playing to records, vinyl. Come home and either try to figure out stuff that's on the records, or play. Just play. Sticks in hand, just play. So last night I walked through the day room, and there's DJ doing his best JPQ impression, sitting there riffing with a bunch of pipers. Just here's some melody, here's a wall of sound. Hands gotta move. I gotta play. All right.
And we
So
enjoyed it too.
competition's about memorization. There's a whole other field of like what do musicians do when they're jamming. Now people playing melody have to play stuff from memory. Drummers, we're free agents. Yeah, I know that tune, he's playing George Allen, I can play the George Allen I know. Or, I don't have a chord next to me, I can just start playing stuff that feels good. And that's kind of what I wanted to do today, was paint outside the lines a little bit, but using the same basic language that I do when I write drum scores for competition bands that have to play it from memory, But, sky's the limit, you just play what feels good. Mess up a little bit, who cares, Actually, I do. I don't like messing up.
I want to hear some playing.
No, I just want to set them up, let them know what's coming. Real quick, what tunes were we playing on the porch? We had a session the other night, and I'm like, we need to make this happen.
I asked you last night. I couldn't remember. I don't play like that. You name a tune and I'll play it. I got to play the small plays. I couldn't jam on Highland Heights because I was classically trained. I was military trained. I was put through the ringer.
You played about 5 or 6 tunes that night.
I'll make them up then.
Yep. But real quick, what time signatures are we going to be playing? What kind of tunes?
4/4.
We're going to do 4/4 marches. Okay.
4/4. Oh, that'd be fun. Remember the 4/4 sets?
Let's do another one. 4/4 march playing, that's actually one he and I played in our 4/4 set back in '76. Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah.
Um,
And
Flat from Flat, both those
Flat.
two.
I found out it was a person. Flett, Colonel Flett. Colonel Flett from Florida.
There you go. Like you said, they're all named after people. But those were definitely bebop and Kaylee tempos. Those aren't something you'd play marching down the street. And these scores are definitely not something you would try to have, playing down the street. It's just trying to find points in the tune and bring out points in the tune with hopefully some exciting filler stuff. You want to accentuate the tune at the same time, maybe play some stuff that's interesting to the other drummers in the room. We're playing some reels and stuff. Stuff that you would normally play at a session that doesn't have too much math.
Didn't we try that new one I was working on? Somehow you just liked it. Yeah, Alone in the Castle.
Is that slow or is that a fast?
That's a reel. But it wasn't one that starts there. It was by itself. It's all alone in the castle.
Great tune. Why do I love that? Because it's not round, okay? Big tendency today is to play these tunes that have very, very even timing. I think it's the Irish are credited with that. It started getting popular in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Now it's huge. You'll hear medleys that are 50% round hornpipes and reels, okay? And it's literally like a nice, wonderful piece of cake with this much icing. I love icing. I love icing, but too much of a good thing. I loved it when it first started coming out, but he played a wonderful swing in there. Can I ask you to play like 2 parts? Again, the same exact thing. Just listen to the swing in the tune. Listen to how it's not static. The best compliment I could pay you is you are the Duffert of pipers.
Okay.
That is.
Oh yes, I was always impressed with his writing. He wrote a
when the VCal pipe band had to start playing round tunes in the mid '80s, Duffert is from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and all of a sudden he's playing against all these young folks playing the round tunes. He almost couldn't do it. He had to put this little bit of groove in even the round stuff, And that's not hard pointed. It's just a little bit of groove to it.
Here's one that he used to play. I was thinking about it. Because you said we were going to play something we used to play.
Yeah.
Honey in the Bag.
6/8 jig?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. But you play it round. Versus old Scottish
I
pointing?
play it the way it's supposed to be played.
Oh, okay. Let's hear a couple parts and then I'll see if I can match
It's
it.
not round, it's kind of like musical. Trying to leave the pipe down when you kind of. That's wrong too.
Hot Shots in the Denny band back in '76. I guess he wrote it in '74 or '73 or something. Is that a Charlie tune or is that?
Yeah, that was Charlie's.
Okay, because yeah.
It was fun tune.
He wrote a lot of the tunes we played back then. Do you know
A lot of them.
Moonstar?
I play a little bit of Moonstar, but I don't want to massacre that one. It's too similar to something else I play.
I forgot how great that jig is.
And that happens a lot if you don't play the tunes, you know.
That jig needs to be played in public more.
Here's one of my favorite jigs, is one written by pipe major Mike Greed. There you go. You didn't know. I play it all the time. It's Willie Shanky's.
Yeah. Willie Shanky's was, I think, a Celtic pub in Tokyo. He lived in Tokyo for a long time. He played with the Tokyo band, and he wrote a tune for the pub.
If you like this,
where I did this with him in Willie Shanky's.
Awesome. Okay, I'll play it a couple of times, and if it goes well, we'll play another one.
Quick story on that. British soldiers in the back of the pub wanted to take me out and beat me up. They thought I was Irish. True story. People had to go talk to him. No, he's an American. He's an American. In Willie Shanky's. Here we go.
Willie Shanky's. The second one was called Mrs. Margaret McLaughlin. It's a Nathaniel Gallatin, I think. It would be fun to try it. Donald Willie and his dog.
Yes. We played it. Yes, we did. Played a medley in 1976 that had Nostra Spades or reels. It might be the only medley in the history of competition pipe band. 6/8 march, slow waltz, and then 9/8 jig, a 6/8 jig, and then hornpipes. So there's Nostra Spades. This is a 9/8 jig.
I just have to change something here.
So 9/8 jigs are 3 pulses per phrase. A little different than standard jigs. So I'm going to try to play this so you can feel the 3 feel. I'm going to try to emphasize the 3 beats per phrase a little bit. the tune sort of slipped out of his mind, he was able to improvise like I did for 5 minutes and he had to do for only 30 seconds. It's torturous if you haven't done it before. So yeah, that should be a contest. Who can improvise an entire tune and make it sound...
What were the tunes when you were remembering them that you were...
Was that Boys in Blue Hill?
Yeah.
Wexford Hornpipe?
Wexford, yes. Wexford, Hornpipe.
That was from the 76 medley, and there was a little accelerando from the jigs up into the hornpipes, and that was like you wearing the widest bell bottoms you could find in 1970. It was just so 70s to do these nifty little breaks between tunes.
Was
Donald Willie and his dog, and then the duck. That was a separate jig.
Is the name Donald, comma, Willie and his dog?
No, I think it's Donald Willie.
Donald Willie? Okay.
He had a funny last name.
So maybe some, how about, do you do any 6/8 playing at all, march playing?
Oh, yeah. Me?
Yeah, I
All
mean,
the time.
in the Kaylee set.
Okay, Heights of Casino.
Okay, so this is gonna cross back into pipe band type thing. 6/8 march.
No.
No?
More dance.
Go ahead.
Okay, between the march and the jig.
I think the takeaway from that was if something isn't a band sort of idiom, maybe just goose it on the tempo a little bit and it becomes a little more spicy for the Kaylee crowd. You wouldn't want to play too sedate, you know. Heights of Casino?
Heights of Casino, yes.
I've been to Casino. They don't like America.
I don't remember where we played Monday night. So too long ago. Strathspey, you mentioned some Strathspey. Let's just cut through Strathspey.
Possibly, if you can pull them up, 70s style medleys. They played lots of little two-part suspended, lots of little two-part reels, and you used to play those reels. I heard you play them in competition. Deal Among the Tailors, Pigeon on the Gate, things like that.
Yep.
Play what you can do.
for coming.